Welcome to the After Party Wednesday review show. My co-pilot this evening is the hashtag decent champion forever now, I guess. He is Julius _Ceizar. What's going on, man?
Yo, what's going on, Mangria? I'm just chilling, man. Just sitting at the crib watching some wrestling as usual.
Alrighty, well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but first, let's start off light. It's a live version of Hail Caesar. The subject, name the top 3 porn stars today. He's done with your fuck shit. Hail Caesar.
Yo, it's your boy, Julius _Ceizar here. And Mangria has asked me today to name the top 3 porn stars. But I mean, I guess it's like, what do you like to get down to? Do you like the teen sex, the MILF sex, the nasty freaks? For me, I like a little combination of all, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with this one nasty freak, Adriana Chechik. You probably heard of her. She's out there. Seeing Tori Black's making a comeback, first ever 2-time AVN Porn Star of the Year, whatever. And certain Hall of Famers know, but I'm going to go with a little MILF action, a little Brandy Love. I'm going to say those are my top 3. If you got a different top 3, you know where I'd be. Tuesday before 3:30. Then comments, prison style rules. Holla at your boy. I'll see you next week.
Okay, I'm writing these women down. I will be doing some research later on. Thank you very much. Alrighty, well, let's start with wrestling on a boat. It is AEW. We kick off the night with Hangman Page and Kenny Omega versus SCU for the AEW Tag Team Championships. You can't really go wrong with these 4. They're all seasoned veterans. They all pretty much nailed it in this match. I love how Hangman did get dropped on his head in the beginning, giving SCU the edge during most of the match because he took that nasty ass bump. But I love how the wind blowing during the match with the Hangman and Omega made the match look more dramatic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You have any thoughts about this slobber knocker?
Exactly what you said. I mean, it was a slobber knocker. I thought it was a great match. Still playing the angle where Hangman and Kenny aren't like an official team because they had that little, as Mauro says, function at the junction.
Yeah.
or whatever line he uses. They like kind of met in the middle, and Hangman hit Kenny with that lariat clothesline. And obviously they didn't celebrate in the ring together when they won. Hangman just surfed off in the crowd and grabbed him some sauce while Kenny's in the ring holding up one title. But no, this match was great. I like how all the tag teams have like a named finishing move. I mean, for me, I like that when it's like part of your team name, not just like a made up finisher name. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, they called it something. But like, I like how like SCU has something, Private Party has something, the Young Bucks have something, and it's like more bang for your buck. The Young Bucks. I like how your name's included with that. I hate it when like.
I'm gonna do my best, Morrow. So let me back away from the mic because I don't want to blast your ears. It was a dysfunction at the junction.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I like how everybody got it in. I'm still laughing from a meme or somebody tweeted how like there is always at least 2 dives in an AEW match. So I've been like slightly paying attention now, and there has been like I haven't seen a match yet that hasn't had at least 2 dives in it.
If there isn't, the ref will notice and do 2 dives of his own.
I'm saying like he dives out the ring or he just dives to the mat on a crucial pin.
Well, like you said, Hangman does accidentally hit Omega with the buckshot, continuing this weird tension they have between them. But despite that, Hangman hits another buckshot for the win. We have new tag team champions, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. They both finally get gold after being in AEW for months. Instead of celebrating with the Elite, Hangman goes, I gotta pay my respect to Hangman. He's one of us, Ceizar. He goes and he drinks with the people. He drinks with the people, celebrating. That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta get some sauce, get lost in it, start the party off right with the people who cheered you on and got you there. You got to. I mean, it's only right.
Can I ask you this though? People in the WWE, well, the fans, internet fans, of course, even I'm guilty of it, but we complain that they throw two guys together who aren't a tag team, and like we're about to talk about with NXT, and they go on to win the titles for a month and then they lose them and feud. Do you think them doing Hangman and Omega in a tag team is kind of doing the same stuff WWE is, or are you okay with that?
It is. See, I don't like it when they throw two guys together who like previously had nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, they at least built some story there. They're both top company guys. Everybody knows Kenny Omega is going to win that heavyweight title one day. And Hangman Page he lost to Chris Jericho for the opportunity for a title. So they're both like top guys. I'm fine when it's top guys and then they win the tag belts because they should hold it for a while. Like I'm fine like the way they set up the bar, like Cesaro and Sheamus like hated each other, they went to war with each other, then they joined forces. I hate like the Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode because like they were like, oh, we got nothing for you, so tag team.
Yep.
That's the part I hate. When you have nothing for guys who are clearly can go and are talented, so you just stick them together. At least with the Bar, they had a good feud. They had a 5-man win-off thing, and then he was just like, nah, man, you guys should click together because you know each other. You fought each other so much. And then they did click, and it was awesome. But that also could just be like, I'm a big Cesaro mark, and that man should have like 3 world title runs by now.
The most underrated WWE superstar in history is Cesaro.
Yeah, for real. But we're talking about AEW, and I like the team because they're two top guys, and they don't really have like a deep well of talent. Like they do have a well of talent, but I'm fine with it so far.
I think them being in the Elite, I guess at least they have some kind of similar ties, so it makes it sort of okay. Whereas, like you said, they'll put Rudolph together, who were just in catering, and they said, "Hey, you guys come out." So it's pretty cool. This is gonna be probably a transitional story to their feud, and who knows, maybe we'll get Santana or Ortiz to take those belts off of them because Hangman like is drinking during the match. Moving on.
That's some Scott Hall shit. Some Scott Hall old school shit.
We get the dentist, Britt Baker, versus Tampon Lady, Priscilla Kelly, makes her debut, well, her AEW television debut, famously known as Darby Allin's girlfriend, the Tampon Lady from the Indies. She does have that gross gimmick that she did, but my God, does she have that ass? Damn.
Yeah. She deserves better than Darby Allin's bony ass slapping that thing every night.
Exactly. I mean, it's like getting fucked by the Scarecrow. Like she's some tiny little fuck.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like that motherfucker has hit the lottery. I mean, he deserves every L he takes in AEW just because he gets to go home to that every night. I mean, he's still a winner in my book.
Hey, man, Priscilla with that cushion for the pushing. She don't need no needle. She needs a mega pounder with cheese. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I know what you're saying, bro. I hear you. You preaching over there today.
Besides that, I do want more Priscilla. I think she is a fresh face in the women's division because that division needs all the help it can get.
Twice.
And then we get Tony Schiavone goes into the ring to interview Britt Baker. And my God, it was so cringe. I'm not sure what the crowd was chanting besides "fuck you, bitch," but the censors were on point then because I know this was pre-taped, so they had more time to censor it. But she starts
Yeah.
making fun of Tony, and I guess she turned heel right there on the spot. I'm not quite sure why.
I guess they decided. I don't even know why they think they need more heels in the women division. Like Brandy Rhodes has like 3 heels in her division. Like I don't know why turning Britt Baker heel makes any sense, but hey, I guess you want to do what you're gonna do.
And you know the funniest part about this is they cut her off and they went to commercial in the middle of her promo.
Yeah, like I guess you could do that when it's taped. I mean, it kind of gives you some heat. Like they're just like, whatever, this bitch is heel now, so we're just gonna cut her off. Like they wouldn't cut off a face, they wouldn't cut off John Cena in the middle of a great promo, but they'll cut off any heel. They're like, who cares what he has to say? And then they just kept it moving.
Could you imagine if they cut off Cody during one of his promos?
Oh my God! Well, he'd have everybody fired and hire new cameramen or new production guys. I mean, but it'd still be funny. I would laugh.
The internet wrestling community would lose their goddamn minds. It'd be all over Twitter bitching.
Yeah, it would be on fire. It would probably instantly go #1 trending.
Up next, we get the Jurassic Express versus Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz of the Inner Circle. One of the coolest, but there was a lot of cool parts of this match. The first being that the fans, I'm guessing 98% of them were drunk, but they all knew the words to Judas as they serenaded him down to the ring. And the look on Jericho's face was like, that's right, motherfuckers. I'm the man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Le Champion comes out to the crowd singing, not once, but in the main event as well. And he mentioned that when he got on the headset. I thought it was awesome.
You got to imagine being in the crowd with similar like-minded wrestling fans must have been just fucking amazing. Because, you go to live events and there's kids or there's people getting up and going to the bathroom constantly, or the person you're with is just not really that into it. But being on this cruise, everybody just as into it as you are, it must have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, and everybody just as drunk as you are. Like it's just a party.
Hell yeah. Marco's stunt trying to get out of his child's vest. Look, he looked like a special needs kid when he was trying to get out of it because he was having trouble. So I kind of laughed at that for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, of course. But I think that's like his gimmick, though. Like it probably couldn't have been better that, he got stuck. If he'd have just pulled it off too quick. But you got the thing where, that's what this guy is. He got stuck. He couldn't pull the shit off right. And he still got the splash and attempted to roll up Jericho like 2 or 3 more times. I thought that was like a good move of Jericho to keep him interested. And he got two and a kick out every single time.
You know who stood out this entire match to me, who I thought was the highlight of the entire match, was Ortiz. The way that dude sells, him and his big old afro puffs, that dude is funny as fuck. He does that tiger pose every time he rakes someone's back.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it.
He was doing the falling headbutts, and on the last headbutt, he stiffened up and fell over. Man, that dude is a fucking star. I think AEW scored big by signing Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah. I love that dude, man. Every single match, you always see him stick out. He makes himself stick out in a way, whether he's hitting dope moves or he's selling, or like you said, the tiger pose, every back ring. And then that dude's he's just too real, man. He's really, really good.
His partner Santana doesn't really do much. He's the serious gangster Latino guy, but Ortiz, he's all entertainment, man. I love it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that's what makes them a great team. You got the one serious, fuck you up guy. Then you got the entertaining, but also does damage other guy. So, I think that's what makes them click.
It's the same dynamic that Jake and Zenka have.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, but after that, Hagar, he attacks Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus tags Marco. Then he says, fuck it, I'm going after Hagar. Jericho eventually hits the Judas effect on Marco for the win. And Jericho celebrates with a little bit of the bubbly. Very entertaining matchup. I loved it. I didn't write too much notes on it, but it's worth checking out.
Yeah. So I mean, I like how there's you know, in WWE they throw together those 3-man groups, but like in AEW they're already kind of put together.
Yeah.
Like you could substitute anybody with the Bucks, and you got the Elite. You know, sometimes it's Cody. You know, then you still got Cody and Dustin, and you could throw in like a legend, or you could throw in like Kenny or somebody from the Elite. You know, you got the Jurassic Express, you got the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy, you got the Inner Circle. Those guys can always like switch it up and have like 3 of them out there.
Well, plus the
the
Dark Order could have Evil Uno, the bald Viking Raider guy, and any one of his slave guys.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so like I like those guys as well. And then, you know, heels can always just team up and have like a good 3-man group going on. So I like the way they're set. It's not like it's 3 guys forced together against 3 other guys. It's always like there's always one. SCU technically is still like a 3-man group as well. So, you know, you can always have a good 3-on-3 match as well as just a tag match. You know, to like, you know, have different matches.
On a side note, did you notice the 2 people I was talking about in the chat? The black lady with the blue dress on and the Fat Ninja Turtle guy?
Yeah, so Fat Ninja Turtle stuck out like the whole show. Like I was just rewinding it just to watch that guy sometimes, and then I'd like miss a spot or something. I'm like, yeah, wait, what happened? So
that dude, he had the Eric Rowan beard and bald headed. It was fucking, and he was Raphael, my favorite Ninja Turtle.
Oh man, it's fucking classic, man. Fucking classic.
After this, we get a Cody MJF video package hyping up their match at Revolution. And then we come back from commercial break, MJF versus the bad boy, Joey Janella, who goes up to Jesus, who was also in the crowd, and asks for a blessing.
Good shit. That's just good shit.
The crowd was chanting tiny dick at MJF. During the matchup, MJF spit in Joey's face, which is hella fucked up. I'm surprised he didn't like break character and start beating the fuck out of him after that one.
Yeah, maybe they talked about it. Who knows? But I'm not selling that. I'm fucking punching you in the fucking face for real.
Yeah, Joey's just crazy enough to accept that if you think about it. He's like, oh, you just want to spit in my face? You sure you don't want to rape me with the baseball bat too? He's like, no, just to spit in the face.
No. Just spit in the face, bro. Yeah, I mean, you sure? I got some barbed wire, bro. You can like wrap me up in that shit and throw me on the table on fire. Like it's no sweat. It's no problem at all.
Strip me naked, set me on fire, throw some bees at me, and I'll jump in the ocean.
Yeah, the pool's right there, bro. I swear, I'll be out in like 2 seconds.
And of course, MJF, typical heel tactics, uses Ref Aubrey as a shield. Aubrey just stood there like a fucking mannequin. She wasn't scared or anything, which was funny to me. She already looks like a dude, but she's good.
She looks like she'll throw hands.
Oh yeah, she'll fuck you up. Great heel work. Kip Sabian and Penelope make out on the entrance ramp, distracting Joey Janela. MJF with the crossroads. They called it something else. I forgot what they called it, but it was the crossroads.
Double cross.
Yeah. For the win. It was a pretty decent match. MJF, he still needs some work in the ring on his actual wrestling, but his heel work is flawless.
His mic work is definitely flawless. Yeah. But like this match, the ending kind of gave me like Lana Rusev vibes. Like, I mean, it's your ex-girlfriend. Fuck do you care? She's making out with some other dude for.
Exactly.
And then like, I just hit the splash, get the win. Like, I mean, are they just gonna start making out everywhere and tormenting this guy with every match he has? That's literally a lot of Rusev vibes. Are they just jealous of the YouTube numbers that they're putting up? I don't know why everybody's watching it on YouTube.
Well, plus what's the end game? Like, Joey's gonna beat up Kip Sabian, and then what? She's not gonna go back with Joey Janela.
Yeah, or is she gonna get in the ring and like stop him from hitting the elbow one time or something, and then Kip gets up and like stabs him with a butter knife or some shit? I don't know.
Penelope and the bunny from Butcher and the Blade, they are they the same person?
I swear to God, they look the same.
She just puts on the bunny.
I swear they
goes out with the Butcher.
Yeah, she just gets a bunch of leather and puts on that stupid mask. She's like, she's contractually can't take it off because then the bit would be done.
Well, after this, of course, MJF cuts a promo cutting down Cody. Cody comes out to get in his face. MJF gets in his face, mocks Cody's lisp, of course, which is fun. It is funny to me. Cody cuts his
It's always fun.
He said, "Hey, man, I might not be able to touch you, but they can." MJF turns around and eats a double super kick from the Young Bucks. Young Bucks then drag MJF to the pool, toss his ass in the pool. That's a great, like you said earlier, the pool's right there. Why not use it?
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool segment.
Yeah, it kind of felt WWE to me. Like the way he said it up. Of course, he knows he can't touch him, but he can talk trash. But then he's like, I can't touch you, but they can. Or like sneaking out the back. It would have been better if they'd have just came out the back. He wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
And like Cody says what he says, and then MJF just like mocks him and turns around and gets double super kick. But the way he set it up was like, this is a little bit corny.
I didn't even think of it like that. I mean, you're right.
Like, it would have been way cooler if he says, fine, whatever. I'm giving you demands, I'm going to whoop your man's ass. I'm going to take these lashings. I'm not going to touch you. And I'll see you at a, whatever Revolution. And I'm going to whoop that ass then or something. And then, like, MJF's like, yeah, right, whatever, Cody, whatever. And then, like, good heel stuff. And then, like, he just goes to turn around, like, waving goodbye because he can't touch him. And then he would have got super kicked. That would have been better, and I would have been fine with that.
AEW, you need Ceizar as your booker. Give him a call.
Just saying.
Well, after this, Tony Schiavone interviews Hangman Page and Kenny Omega, and the Drunken Hangman puts down the Bucks. What do you think about this whole alcohol angle? Has it ever been done before? Do you remember in WWE of a drunken gimmick?
No. Only thing I remember is the lame WCW Scott Hall drunken gimmick. But that he was like drunk and couldn't wrestle. Did he throw up on somebody?
I don't remember.
I think he threw up on somebody. I think he like threw up on somebody in a match, but it wasn't like it was like a gimmick throw up kind of thing.
Was it a shoot?
I think it was a shoot. I think it was a shoot. It was a shoot.
Oh my god.
But like, yeah, it was something about him just being drunk all the time, and they wanted to party, and then like it turned into a beef with him and Nash. And I remember like he was drunk in the ring, and Nash had a cup, and then Nash like spilled his cup over, and like there was nothing in it, and he was pretending to be drunk, and then he beat up Scott Hall.
Oh my god!
I mean, there's like weird things going on in my head about wrestling, man. Like I just remember certain things. I can't tell you the date, what if it was a pay-per-view or a Nitro. But I swear, like, there was a drunk Scott Hall gimmick. But it wasn't like he was being an asshole. He was just being a drunk. And then, like, he couldn't wrestle. And they were, like, losing matches, I think. Well, I'd have to do some more research on it. But I've never seen one like this where Hangman Page is just being an asshole and getting drunk after matches or during matches and then still completing matches. But I've never seen one like this.
I don't see how this slipped my mind. Stone Cold got drunk after every match, remember?
Well, yeah. But see, that's after the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's after the match when he won. Like, he wasn't sitting there clinking beers when somebody would leave him sitting there in the 1, 2, 3. He would just, when he got a win, he'd clink some beers and have a good time.
Well, after this, like you said, Jericho comes out, his song's playing, the crowd serenades him once again for the main event. The number 1 contender match to face Jericho. Yeah. It was Pac versus Moxley. What did you think
Captain Moxley
main event? Did you like it? Do you think it was too short? Was it predictable? What do you think?
The finish was predictable. I did like I liked the match. I think all the matches had good time. Because you only saw like half the people. Like not everybody went on the boat. Like
the roster.
Yeah, the roster.
Yeah.
Like not everybody was on the boat. But I did like the match. I mean, Jon Moxley selling this eye bit. I don't know what they're doing with this eye bit, but you knew he was gonna win because he's injured. Pac would go after the eye. It would cause him to miss something. They were both They were both hard hitting and giving some good slams here and there, and it was a great wrestling match.
Well, plus you know that Moxley was going to win because you need a face versus a heel for the championship. It wouldn't have worked with Jericho versus Pac. Eventually, we might see that match, but one of them's got to turn face.
All right, so are you a big face versus heel makes a great match? Because I mean, there's been good face versus face matches and good heel versus heel matches.
I don't know. Maybe I'm WWE trained. My brain, like I've been trained my entire life to see the face versus the heel. I mean, Pac versus Jericho would be a fucking amazing matchup, but it would just be kind of confusing with the story they just told with Moxley, you know, being offered to join Inner Circle and all that shit. So the Pac versus Jericho thing, I don't think would have worked, but it would have been a great match.
No, I mean, I get it. Like, I'm just saying, like, I kind of like it sometimes, you know, when it's like heel versus heel, because, like, you don't want to root for one. You kind of want to root for a great match. And when it's two guys who can go, like, that's what you'll get. You'll get, like, a great match. And then they'll both be doing, like, dirty, underhanded shit, like, the whole match. So it's just like, you're like, yeah, hit that bitch with a chair when the ref's not looking. I don't care.
Well, to your point, I mean, just look at the Dusty Cup tag tournament. There's been a few heel versus heel team matches, not to mention WrestleMania 6, where you had the two biggest faces of all time, Hogan and Warrior, put on. Well, it wasn't a great match, but I mean, it built up. You know, it was a good match, but not like a technical match. So I see what you're saying.
Right. The build up was like really good. I mean, look at one of the greatest matches of all time, X7. Rock and Hogan weren't heels at the time. Like Kurt Angle was the big heel, and Rock beat him for the title, and then everybody loved Stone Cold. Like, he turned heel at the end of the match, but like during the match, you had to like, it was like, what side are you rooting for? You rooting for Rock? You rooting for Stone Cold? Like, who do you really want to win?
That has to be the greatest story they've ever told. Is leading up to that match. I loved it so much.
Yeah, like everything fit perfect. And they were both top guys, and they both sat there, had great promos back to each other, and great lead ups, and the weeks building up to it. Yeah, the whole promo package was awesome. And they both were considerably faces. Like, it wasn't like The Rock was heel, and then Stone Cold turned heel. So, I mean, you can have great face to face and great heel to heel. But I get it. Like, the archetype is always the face builds up, and, you know, if the heel's got the championship, you know, you want him to win it. And if the heel's fighting the face, you want the face to come back and win some way. So, but I mean, I get it. Yeah.
Well, about this time of night, I was pretty fucking loaded when I was taking these notes. So let me tell you the notes that I wrote down for Pac Moxley.
All right.
It says, Moxley with a wrapped up eye. Audio keeps cutting out. Where is the blood on the bandage coming from? Pac locks on the brutalizer. Mox wins with paradigm shift. That's it. That's all I wrote.
Yeah, nice.
Well, I'm guessing, let me try to remember, Moxley with the eye patch, it did come off, and wasn't there, like, they didn't really show his eye that much, right? But it did look bruised.
Yeah, no, it was like Pac threw it off, and then he had like a separate small bandage just over the eye.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wait, do you remember the crowd chanting, "Your boat sucks"? And Jericho was like, yeah, the crowd here is like yelling at some other boat that just pulled up in the port.
That's right. The commentary, JR was like, well, ladies and gentlemen, the crowd is shouting at a rival boat passing right by us.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Being around all those like-minded people must have been it must have been an experience they'll never forget.
Yeah, some dude sees a boat and starts yelling, "Your boat sucks," and it starts a chant. It just starts a chant. That's awesome.
I bet you the boat was empty. They're just yelling at an empty boat.
Yeah, some dude's just like, hey, man, I just got to park this nice cruise liner for picking up these guests tomorrow. Just trying to do his job and get off and go home and have a beer and get yelled at by his wife. And he's got like 8,000, 10,000 people yelling, "Your boat sucks."
Well, now it's time for NXT. They begin with Imperium in a video package claiming that they're going to humiliate the Undisputed Era tonight pretty much foreshadowing what's going to happen in this first match coming up. It's Dusty Cup, round 2, Undisputed Era. All of them come out, of course, versus the Grizzled Young Vets. Like I said, I love James Drake's selling. James Drake you got to keep an eye on that guy. He is going to be a megastar, I bet you, in the UK, and hopefully regular NXT brings him to the main roster. But Grizzled Young Vets, they're the heels. I asked last week who would be the heels in this, and it was the Grizzled Young Vets because the crowd was cheering for Undisputed. And it was funny to hear Nigel. He was on the commentary. He was the only one rooting for the Grizzled Young Vets.
Yeah. So,
yeah, go for it.
Oh my God. No, I was like, yeah, he cracked me up like the whole match. And then you hear what's her name? God, I can't think of her name right now. I'm just having a brain fart.
Beth Phoenix.
She was like, yeah, Beth Phoenix is like, way to keep it neutral. Like you said, Nigel, like literally the match just started.
He goes, can't you hear the crowd cheering for Grizzled Young Vets? And Mom's like, I think you're hearing things, man. And Nigel goes, well, I was cheering.
Crowd is hot for him.
Well, during
my God.
Undisputed Era gets the upper hand. Imperium. Oh wow, I didn't write that many notes for this match. It was a short match, wasn't it? Because of the distraction.
It wasn't like super short. It was a good lengthy match. They got all their shit in quick, but it was like just so many. It's a UE match. It's good shit. And Grizzled Young Vets, I think they've won the UK tag team titles.
Yeah, they were the very first UK.
The very first. Okay. Yeah, so they were getting in good stuff, and yeah, I like those guys. Those guys are awesome. And UE, it's hard for them to have a bad match. Any of those guys, it's hard for them to have a bad match.
Well, like I said earlier, we were all just waiting for Imperium to show up and ruin this match. They did. They distract Undisputed Era. They were on that balcony that was just installed for the live TV show. And everybody turns their attention to the balcony. And that's when the Grizzled Young Vets hit the ticket to mayhem for the win, advancing to the finals of the Dusty Cup.
Oh yeah. So I really liked it. And then with the other team who wins later, it's like face versus heel again for the Dusty Cup. But yeah, we'll get to that. But I thought the match was great. I like how UA comes out. UE, I keep saying UA. I like how UE comes out all together, no matter who's in the match. They keep the unity. Yeah. Like with Imperium, like when they have a tag match, it's just the two guys that come out. When Walter's fighting, it's just he's a big bitch, so I mean he really doesn't need any backup. But they're all like I do kind of like that though, how they have the name set up and the guys stand in the same spot and they just highlight whoever's coming out. But there is something about when you're a faction, your faction guys come out with you.
Well, that's why they might not have gold. That's why Undisputed Era is draped in gold, because they all come out together. They help each other. Whereas Imperium, like you said, it's whoever's in the match, like Eichner and Barthel come out there, and they do their match without Walter because his fat ass is stuck on the plane or something. I don't know where he's at, but he's
getting greased up so he can get through the door later.
Someone's shaving his forehead, I guess. I'm not sure, but
something.
After this, we get Shotzi Blackheart, a video promo bragging about eliminating Shayna Baszler. And I don't know if you're like me, but I'm like, just you wait, bitch. You're going to get your comeuppance. Shayna's just her lips backstage like, oh, I'm going to break you in half, bitch.
fucking Shayna, man. Shayna, she kills me every time. Like, she's great in the ring. Like, she doesn't need the belt to be dominant, but it was good. Like, she had it for as long as she did.
Yeah.
And I do like that about NXT. Like, they're not really doing it now because they're a brand, but like when the guys were down there before coming up to the main roster, like they would clear out the roster. The champ would beat everybody in a championship match, and then he would lose it to somebody building steam, and then he would get called up. So it's not just like, I get the title, I have a couple matches, you see that I'm dope, and he moves on. He's just like, takeover after takeover after takeover after takeover. And then he's like, then they're like, yeah, all right, you're done. You beat all the top guys. You can go up, sir. So I do like that fact.
Don't you kind of see that coming though? You see Shayna,
Yeah, I mean,
going to be in the Rumble this Sunday.
yeah, I think she is. I mean, it's obvious. Like, I mean, the way they're setting up Becky now, like Becky's gonna be like, oh, I gotta fight Asuka because she's the only one to beat me, and the man always has a receipt. But you forgot Shayna Baszler beat your dumb ass at SummerSlam. So when Becky beats Asuka, and I don't know why Asuka's fighting Becky, they should be defending these women tag titles if they're trying to make them work, but they're not. So when Becky beats Asuka Sunday, that's when I think Shayna Baszler will come out. I don't know whether she should win.
Who, Shayna? The Rumble?
Yeah.
If I had
that's really
to grab a line from Cynic. If I had the pencil, I would have Shayna win and face whoever the SmackDown Women's Champion is, because SmackDown is hurting big time for matches, to get matches to care about, because all they have is Lacey and Bailey and Sasha. That's it. They don't really have. They have Alexa, but they're not giving her any shots at the titles anytime soon.
So yeah, she's with Nikki Cross doing tag stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but the draw you would want is, if you're gonna keep this man gimmick and Becky still being hot, in order to reheat Becky, you gotta throw Shayna at Becky.
It'll be interesting to see the outcome of that.
If Shayna wins the Rumble, you got to throw Shayna at Becky. And the only way, like you said, to really make it, to keep them apart or whatever, would be like, well, see, there's no more like GMs, but see, I would pull the fuck shit move, which is draft Shayna to SmackDown, like you said, but have Shayna win the Rumble, and then she challenge Becky. So they really don't see each other. There's no way to
they can
really. You can hype up the feud through promos, but they're not gonna like have these. Oh, I'll fight you right now. I'll fight you next week, or I'll fight you whenever. I'll put the title on the line, because there's still like 2 pay-per-views in between. They could always meet at a pay-per-view and talk shit backstage and get into a scrap.
Get a pull apart.
But, yeah, you keep them on the separate shows, and then you either give Shayna the Raw Women's belt at Mania, since you put over every single face last year, and you got to have a big heel win something. Or you could have Becky win, and then Shayna just goes to SmackDown and fights whoever has the belt there, or build up to it, and maybe give her that belt. But yeah, I mean, it's a big push if she gets called up, and then not really called up, if she just gets moved over and then she wins the Rumble. That's a big spot, because then you still got to figure out what the hell Charlotte gonna do.
Well, speaking of the Women's Rumble, we have 2 potential entrants in this fighting each other. Toni Storm with that booty versus Io Shirai. These 2 women, this is kind of like a wet dream of mine. I'm strangely attracted to Io Shirai, and I got to get that booty storm in my face. So it was a very enjoyable aesthetically looking at this match. These 2 chicks work so well together. It was like watching Becky and Charlotte. Like, that's how much chemistry they had in the ring with each other. It was a very enjoyable match. Did you like this match?
Yeah.
And are you glad it ended in a DQ rather than anyone going over?
Yeah, I do. I still like that. I like the fact that Bianca came out, and because it's kind of like Tony's fighting Rhea Saturday, and she attacked Tony first to make it be like, soften her up. They'd be like, nah, bitch, you ain't getting no heat, getting no momentum. And because you have beat Rhea twice, she's like, I'm going to be the one to beat Rhea since she's come over here. And you go back to where you from. Because, I mean, like you said, well, Io Shirai's got that, that bitch made vibe. So that makes her 10 times hotter. That evil bitch vibe.
Was very impressive in this beatdown. I haven't seen her be this aggressive in a long time. She beat the shit out of Tony and EO. It was very
Yeah,
entertaining.
yeah. I mean, she's supposed to be super diesel in the PC. She's always like beating people up and stuff. But I did like it. I dug it. I even dug it that she kind of threw Rhea out the ring too when Rhea came out there to get some. So like, you got to make the heel seem strong. Like they could do it. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go that route. And I mean, her mic work is good. Her in-ring work is good. So I was digging it.
Well, like you said, Bianca, she gets involved brawling with these two. Rhea Ripley comes out to stop her. They brawl till EO attacks them, followed by Tony attacking. Everybody on the outside of the ring. Tony gets back in the ring, raises the title in the ring to a chorus of boos. I was very shocked that the crowd turned on Tony because she raised Rhea Ripley's championship.
Yeah, I mean, I still think they're feeling Ripley, and like she just got the thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes Marks hate when the same thing keeps happening over and over. Like that was back when Rhea was a heel that Tony beat her and Tony was the face. So, I mean, maybe they're just like, nah, not this time. Let Rhea get her run. She deserved it.
Do you think they're gonna swap at Worlds Collide? Do you think Tony will play more of a heel?
Ooh, that could work. That could work, but I mean that's kind of, I don't know. It could work, but I mean, why if they swap, then Tony's got to stay. There's no reason for Tony to be a heel and then just go back to UK NXT.
Or like you said, it's
Like,
the face versus face dynamic. But the hometown girl Rhea is gonna get cheered over Tony at Full Sail.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, so you still have she won't necessarily be a face, but I mean a heel, but nobody wants her to win.
Well,
And nobody wants her to take the title off the new champ that everybody celebrated.
We get another video promo. This time, instead of Balor, it's Dragunov talking trash to Finn Balor with his weird red eye contacts. Are you excited for this match? And how fast do you think Finn's going to win?
I'm excited for any heel Balor stuff right now. Like the Prince. I mean, I liked Balor as a face, and everybody likes the Demon. But like heel Balor is like way cooler than, hey everybody, I'm having a good time smiling, happy-go-lucky Finn. And so I'm liking heel Balor more and more.
We're gradually
We're
gradually getting a change from him. If you noticed, his Titantron was different. It had the Prince.
Yeah.
And
it said Prince on it. Yeah.
That was fucking sweet. So now all we got to do is get some kind of heel music from him. I think they need to change that music.
I don't know, man. I kind of this music seems more heel than it does face.
Oh, really?
Well, I like the theme or the aspect of it. Like if he was a heel, still coming out with the smoke and being the Demon, this whole thing would work. And I think that's what he did mostly in New Japan. But I mean, you're just used to the music. I mean, I think it's just everybody's used to the music and used to him being face. It was kind of like when Becky kind of switched to the Man, and like she still came out to her music. You're just like, nah, like the Man should have something different. Like it should just be something harder. It should be something, different, more heelish and harder. But after a while, you just get used to it because you're just like, nah, this is, I'm just whatever. It's Becky Lynch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just her music now. Whether she's the Man or whether she's going back to being punny Becky Lynch, it's like that's just what her music is. Well, no, I get it because I like Dakota Kai's music now. It's not like happy, super go lucky. It's way more fitting her heel vibe. I get you, but I get it though. I see what you're saying.
Like they changed Bailey's music as well, huh?
Well, yeah. It's not that super happy go lucky shit no more. Like I think when it's too happy go lucky, you have to change it. But like Finn's music is like kind of neutral. Like it's whatever. It doesn't bother me as much as like others have. So I'm fine with it.
Well, Finn Balor comes out and he does his entrance hanging on the top ropes. And judging by the camera angle, I guess he leans to the left because they focused in on his crotch big time.
Dong in your face.
Finn versus Joaquin Wilde, who stole Andy's reggae horn, by the way, using it in his entrance music. Looking like a future Tyler Breeze with his weird helmet and his furriness.
Yeah. So, like, I was watching AEW and recording NXT, and I do remember Savage Alpha Foxtrot was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And like, he was like, "Have I just not been paying attention to NXT?" And so when he came out, I was like, "You know what? That makes total sense now because I don't know who the fuck this guy is either."
He got squashed. A couple weeks ago.
Just made me like,
he's
okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
He's impressive in the ring, sort of, but Finn just beat the fuck out of him this match. It was basically a squash match.
Yeah. It was basically like Finn do every move you want to do and then go home with the 1916 and then let's get out of here.
Yeah. I love the what he told. He told the camera when he was beating the shit out of this guy, he looked at the camera and said, "If you come for Finn, you better not miss."
You better not miss. And I like the way he's saying that at the he said, "You come for the prince or you come for Finn, you best not miss." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Okay, my man's out here."
That is a t-shirt waiting to happen.
Gee, I mean, I'm buying it. Well, I mean, I'll buy it when they're like buy one get one or something. It's like a pay-per-view when you get 30% off t-shirts, then I'll buy it.
You wait till next Black Friday, you're like, oh, 70%?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, fuck yeah, I've been waiting to get this. Well, man, the Mega Pounders, man, they charge you the higher rent fee on the Shop Zone.
Exactly. After this, we get Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi Blackheart. And what I noticed about Shayna, she doesn't have her stupid henchwomen anymore. Did you notice that?
Yeah, maybe they're down in the PC, like actually learning how to wrestle or something.
Well, one of them's eating because she looks like a skeleton, and the other one's probably trying to wrestle better. I don't know, but I'm glad they're gone. I don't think anyone liked them.
No.
I might be in the minority in this, but I do not like Shotzi's look. I'm not digging it.
No.
She looks like the fourth member of the Riot Squad.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They all had different colors. Yeah, Ruby's like red. Liv is blue. The other one's like forest brown.
Yeah,
she would be green.
Yeah.
Yeah, these bitches are like the reverse Captain Planeteers or some shit. They all got a different color.
I mean, I do gotta say, it was a sloppy match on Shotzi's part, but the women's division needs new blood, so I'm glad that she's there. She needs some work.
Yeah.
She's okay. I mean, Shayna's a pro. She didn't botch anything. She wins with a Kirifuda clutch. It was a nice little quick match, a showcase for Shotzi. Her future looks bright, and so is her hair.
Oh yeah, I can get down with that.
We get a Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai video package that was very good. Building up to their match next week. We get to see this story continue as they go one-on-one. Who do you got? Who's winning this? Is Tegan going over, or is Dakota Kai gonna pull out that leg brace and beat the fuck out of her again?
She's gonna hit this bitch with this leg brace. Like the leg brace is coming. She might hit her with the fucking NXT Future Star Award bell thing. She might crack that hoe with that. Like honestly, in a perfect world, it's got to be Tegan almost winning, and Dakota hitting her with the leg brace and just looking stronger. So Tegan technically gets the win, but Dakota Kai's like, bitch, I leave you laying every time we get in this ring, or every time I'm in this building.
And then at TakeOver Portland, they have a no DQ match or some shit.
Yeah. They have a Falls Count Anywhere or something. First ever NXT Women's Falls Count 18 fucking, kendo sticks match. The knee brace on a pole match. There you go. Bitch off like that. Yeah.
I was just going to say knee brace on a pole match.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Well, Angel
Such
Garza.
good shit.
Such good shit, pal. Angel Garza gets interviewed backstage with his confusing accent. Is he a
Oh
heel?
yeah, he's got to be. I mean, he was messing with Leo Rush's like woman, like taking his pants off in front of her and shit.
Is he?
And he's like, I think he's like, was it Sammy Guava Juice? But he
Yeah.
just has a thicker accent. I think that's how he sees himself, as like a Latin sexy god, kind of like, and then like he's just a good wrestler, and like his wrestling's good. I think they're snatching the titles too quick from guys though in that cruiserweight division. Like I feel like as soon as the guys get it, they have like one serious challenge and maybe a rematch, and then it's like they lose the belt like 2 weeks later or some shit.
Sorry, I just had a Zanka moment. I was thinking of could you imagine Angel Garza versus Andrade? How badass
Oh my
that fucking
god!
match would be, dude.
Oh my god! Oh no! Yeah, man, I don't know. You might need to throw a little cutie snacks in there for a short triple threat, and get some no DQ rules popping, and that match might be on and cracking.
A pinata on the pole match. No.
Yeah, yeah. No, they might all need like a selfie mirror on a pole match. That way, Selena Vega can get some shots in too.
Exactly.
Oof, Aleister Black is the man for hitting that one 3 times from Sunday.
He locked down that Velociraptor jaw woman. She's hot.
He got to. He had to.
Coming up next, we get the Dusty Cup round 2 match. The Broserweights versus Imperium. However, they took a page out of the Undisputed Era's book, and this time all 4 of these assholes come out to the ring.
Oh yeah.
What I noticed during this match is there were 0 elbow pads, because if you're in NXT UK and you wear any kind of padding, you're a bitch and they make fun of you. But
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah.
Imperium, size-wise, made Matt Riddle look small. Like, I thought Matt Riddle was huge and like, towering, but up next to Eichner and Barthel, they made him look normal, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, he looked regular sized.
It was a very hard-hitting, competitive match, of course. Walter does eventually distract Pete Dunne, giving him Imperium the upper hand before the commercial break. I remember, you remember the last time you were on, we said that Matt Riddle had prison mouth?
Yeah.
Well, his girly braids did not help that. Made him
Do not help, man.
even
Not
more
help.
bouncy.
They do not help at all. And then the pink house shoes, like the pink sandals. Come on, man. You're wearing black and yellow, and you come out with some white and pink fucking slides and kicking them off in the ring. I mean, I would, if I was Pete Dunne, I'm like, nah, bro, you got to change, man. I'm not going on TV with you like this.
This guy's a prisoner's wet dream.
I'm saying, dudes in the yard going hard for Riddle.
A little criticism I had of Pete Dunne, at one point in the match, Dunne looked like he had a knee injury, but it suddenly went away. Like he had a little limp and knee thing, like he messed up a suplex or something. But after that, like he acted completely normal after that. I was like, what the fuck? I thought this dude's knee hurt.
Well, I think he's like prone to knee injury. Didn't he like really have a knee injury a couple times?
I believe
And then
so.
like I think he just maybe has like some knee stuff. I think he twinged his knee in the match. Like, you step wrong and your knee twinges and you have to limp for a bit. But if you keep walking, like, you don't feel the pain anymore. Like kind of like works its way out. Maybe it was like a cramp or something. So he had to just keep wrestling.
I was thinking that he botched that suplex, and to play it off, he feigned a knee injury. So instead of the crowd going, "You fucked up," they'd be all concerned, like,
yeah.
"Oh, Pete's okay."
Yeah. That kind of works too.
Well, the Broserweights eventually win with the GTS dropkick combo. I was very shocked because I thought for sure Imperium was going to do something to ruin this match, or I thought Undisputed Era was going to come out and distract Imperium just like they did earlier in the night, giving the Broserweights the win. But the Broserweights win clean. Broserweights versus the Grizzled Young Vets in the final. They come up to the ramp and talk trash to Broserweights. Riddle's going to smoke you chants breaking out in the crowd. It was a very entertaining match. Are you glad that this tournament's going to come to an end, or are you sad that we're not going to see any more of it?
I'm a little bit of both. I get it when Cody and Dustin were in WWE, then I get it. But like now, like that they're your kind of rival, like come on, man. Like call it something else. Like it doesn't need to be the Dusty Cup. You can still do it, but like do something else. Just have some annual tag team something. But
was Dusty famous for being in a tag team?
Not at all. It's like it was just a Dusty was famous for putting NXT together. So like they did it just in memoriam of Dusty, just to keep the legend alive every year. But like you can't just like pop this up now that AEW just starts getting cooking, and then now you're all like, oh, well, let's bring back the Dusty Cup. Like, come on, bro.
I gotta say though, since AEW and NXT have been going head to head, tag team wrestling has been on fire.
Yeah, that it has. And usually tag team wrestling is really shitty in WWE, and AEW wanted to bring tag team wrestling back. So I am grateful that, at least we're getting good tag matches. I mean, as long as it's good wrestling, I really don't have a problem with it. But like the storylines and stuff would just be so trash, or they'd be on the pre-show. You're like, oh man, I'm looking forward to this match. Then it'd be on the pre-show. You're like, what the fuck? I'm not watching that.
We have now
come shit to do.
To the NXT main event for the North American Championship. It's our boy, bask in his glory, Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era. And of course, all of Undisputed Era have to come out with them.
Of course. One quick thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zanga. I remember him saying this when Renee Young was on commentary, and he's like, not that I have a problem with her, but I'm starting to like hear her. Like I can't zone out, and I'm starting to hear her. I feel that exact same way for Beth Phoenix during like really good matches, like her excited voice when stuff gets like really, really good cooking. I'm starting to hear her, and I'm just like, no. I'm like, you're fine on the mic. I'm fine with it, but like, it's always at the high point of matches, like her just ramped up announcer voice is like, why can't I just hear you and just you? And then Morrow has to say something so pop culture that it pops me. It makes me laugh, and that's when I get to come back down to earth and like watch the match again.
That dude is so fucking creative. Like when he calls Candice LeRae Tenacious C.
Tenacious C. Yeah. I forgot what he said. He said something in the first tag team match.
Yes.
I'm
trying so hard to think of it right now. It was funny.
I cannot, but that's what I was watching. I was watching AEW yesterday, like the other day in the morning, and that's when I wrote in the Hall of Fame chat. I was like, yo, my man Morrow is so pop culture. Because like he said something, and I was like, and he linked like two things together. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how does he just like write this down and think of it?
That's that's probably what makes NXT so enjoyable to watch as well. Because when he was gone, when he wasn't there because of his depression stuff, NXT was kind of like, eh. But when he's there, he's that special ingredient. He's that nutmeg on your pumpkin pie. He's that little bit of alcohol you put in your eggnog that makes it just a little bit better.
You know it. I love the videos that they do usually after Takeover, where it's just him commentating, and he's so hype at the desk, and they always write "Never change, Morrow, never change." Like
he's jumping up and down at the desk with a boner, and like his fucking hair is all messed up, and Beth is like looking at him all shocked and terrified.
And the crowd's chanting "Mamma Mia" in the background.
That's awesome. Like, he has his own.
The man got a change to death. So what?
He's got a Mamma Mia shirt.
He's got a mic. All right, I'm getting back on the shop zone. Gotta get that one too. Put on my list. Put on my wish list.
Keith Lee dominates the beginning of this match, but Strong eventually gets the upper hand by working on Keith's left ankle. Keith way better at selling his ankle injury than Pete was at his knee injury. This was great storytelling throughout this main event. My eyes were glued to the screen. You know that Undisputed Era was going to do something. Bobby Fish sweeps out Keith on the ring apron.
Yep.
Roderick Strong lives up to his name because that motherfucker did an Olympic slam to Keith Lee from the top rope. But to no effect to Keith Lee, because if you remember, Roddy pinned him. Keith sat up like, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
No sell motherfucker. He hits the Grizzly Magnum, which is the double hand chest slap. You saw the sweat like splash off of Roddy's fucking chest. Then he pounces Roddy to the outside of the ring onto the Undisputed Era. I think Roddy's legs got caught on the top rope, so it didn't get the full effect. But he did crash the two out of the three. Ain't bad.
Yeah. This match was awesome.
Very awesome. Very great main event.
Yeah, I was glued. So this was the match I thought Imperium were going to come out and ruin. Not the tag match. I didn't think UE were going to come out during the tag match, but I thought like they would come out for this one instead of like the first one, I guess. Yeah. And try to ruin them losing gold versus them losing the Dusty Cup. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh man, is Imperium going to come out again and then they're all going to get in a fight, or are they just going to come out later? So I don't know whether I would have liked that finish more, because especially going into Worlds Collide, like it's Imperium costing them gold and then like they start fighting, and that just leads to fuel, and it kind of gives like Roddy an out for losing. But I mean, I'm not mad Keith Lee won clean. Like he deserves it. And he deserves the belt. He's phenomenal.
Like we said earlier, Imperium at the beginning of the night said, we're going to humiliate Undisputed Era, which should plant the seeds that they were just going to fuck them up the entire night, but they only did it once.
Yeah, like it would have been great for them to just come out and beat up the other three outside. And so then Roddy's like, oh, what the fuck? Do I got to join in with the boys? Or, you know, and then he turns around and fucking Keith Lee hits him with the sauce, wins the title. And that way it's not like, you know, he lost. I mean, like I said, I still like it that Keith Lee won clean. But I don't know. I feel like maybe a little bit more story would have helped feud it. And then, you know, still, you know, then they just fight outside or get in the ring and Walter still hits fucking Adam Cole with the nastiest chop in the world.
Well, like you said, Undisputed Era tries to distract Keith, but Keith hits his Big Bang Catastrophe, which is like his jackhammer pin for the win.
Yeah.
He becomes the new North American champion.
Shout out to Tryon, his spirit animal. Got some gold. Hashtag World Order.
Very, very good main event. I loved it. Keith Lee, like you said, he deserves every bit of this. He's on fire right now. I can't wait to see what comes next. Who's going to take the gold off of Undisputed Era next? But we have a pay-per-view tomorrow. Worlds Collide.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to do a reaction show afterwards, or do you want to, or what do you want to do? Or you just want to watch it and get drunk and fall asleep afterwards?
Well, so I'll be at work, so I'll be trying to watch it, and I don't get off work till like midnight, 1 a.m.
Oh, shit.
Because I'll be at the bar tomorrow night. But, I mean, if you have any free time Sunday morning, I'd be willing to, like, go over it. But, yeah, I probably won't be watching it till, like, Sunday morning, like, half at work, and then I'll probably really watch it, like, you know, Sunday. Because the takeovers are only, like, an hour and a half. Yeah. You know, maybe two. Bang those out real quick. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. So far, match of the night, I think for me is going to be DIY versus Mustache Mountain. Like, I literally cannot wait to see that match.
Tyler Bate and Johnny Gargano in the same ring together? Good Lord.
Yeah. First of all, that man, Tyler Bate, is fucking too good to be like 22 years old. He's like 23 maybe at the oldest. So he is way too good and way too damn strong. But that man, if the definition of if somebody can go should be fucking Tyler Bate in the fucking dictionary, because that dude fighting Walter, fighting whoever, fighting Pete Dunne back in the day, fighting with Mustache Mountain, that dude, I mean, he's just too awesome.
For just dipping his toe in the business, being this young, to be that good, can you imagine in 10 years where he's going to be?
Well, he's going to be like a Shawn Michaels legend we talk about, like, to this day.
I really hope so, and I hope he keeps the mustache as well.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, I hope he keeps the beard and the mustache. Yeah, but, like, that dude is just... I mean, I just can't even wait to see how he evolves as a wrestler, because his matches now are all gold. Like, I don't understand how he's, like, this good, this young.
You put him in the ring against Marco Stunt, and it's going to be WrestleMania quality. He can do it with everybody.
Yeah. Everybody. You know, the sad part is I want to see him in a match with fucking Velveteen when he comes back.
Oh, man, that'd be bad. Oh, what about Brock?
Oh, my God. See, I think he could go with Brock.
He could.
He could suplex Brock, and that would throw Brock off his game, because usually the small guys are all quick, fast, and, you know, move. But you saw him with Walter. He was picking Walter up. He was slamming Walter.
He threw that big-headed ogre all over that fucking ring with ease.
All over the ring. Shit, I might put that match on after I get off the phone. Put that shit on and watch it again.
We did it, Ceizar. We made it to the end. We covered both shows. Thank you very much for your time. I got to get back to work now.
All right, man. That's what.
I really appreciate your time. Finish the rest of SmackDown. Hopefully it was good tonight. And I shall see you on Instagram in the Hall of Fame chat. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Ceizar, for your time. And until next time, all hail Linda's Bush.